Welcome back to Divinity Original Sin. And, well, today is a quest day. Lots of quests around Fort Joy, you can skip them all of course, but I'm trying to include as many as I can in this walkthrough, so we're going to start out by speaking to a child called Modi. You speak to them, you play along with their game, and, well, they want you to go and play hide and seek, which we can do.
You found me! Okay, wait, let me hide again. Ready?
Set.
Go!
And this time, unlike the first time, you have to listen to the audio cues. Modi's going to head over here somewhere. And if you're good at this, you should be able to find them.
Wow! You're really smart. I bet. You know what? I bet my best friend would really like you. Come on, I'll introduce you. I know how to spell introduce. It's I-N-T-R-O-D-U-C-E.
Totally not irritating, this child. But we can get to another character who's hidden away. You wouldn't be able to find them
My
normally.
way's too small for you. You'll have to find another. Hope you brought a shovel.
So you can either use a shovel to get through this, or if you have a lizard in your party, the lizard can just use claws. And we find an ancient stone hatch and head through. We already get XP for this, as you can see. We're 2/3 of the way through our level. Oh, and just to briefly explain, the party I swapped a couple of characters out for, I went for Losi, Osa, and Sibyl, both of which I chose summoners. Okay, so nothing special with those other than that. Stats, as you can see, I just chose Witzer for both of them. I'm probably going to go increase con from here on out just to make them a bit tankier, and hopefully get some synergy with the wizard laying down fire. That's probably where the wizard's going to go, the main character, and these two can take advantage of fire using, well, their summons. So, let's briefly just loot up, but I don't think there's much in here to loot. At least not until we speak to Modi's friend. Oh, my mistake, there is a chest. With a wand in there, which isn't as good as our staff, but it's one-handed, so we could give that to one of the summoners. They're going to want shields, of course. Well, not of course, because...
This is my new friend. He's really smart. You'll like him a lot.
Beginning to hate this child.
Please, small child, leave me to my ruminations.
I agree. I agree.
But he's really nice and tall. Maybe he can even help you with that thing.
Why? A grown friend? You've brought an adult here. Good gods. Can it be?
Yes, I'd be happy too. So,
You're back. And you brought...
if we change to the Red Prince, the Red Prince, at least in my game, has higher strength than the others, and it's strength here that's going to help, because all the others have 10. That's not enough to help. Let's see if 12 does the job. It may be, it's either 12 or 14, and I can't remember, so let's just grab this. In fact, let's just get the loot first. I was looting. There we go. Let's just grab the spear.
I got it.
Good sir. You've set my body free. Free to crumble to dust at last. But my spirit... Blast! I remain trapped in this mouldering skeleton yet.
There must be strong magic at play here.
I have heard of such magic, but have never known anyone so foul as to employ it. Brachus Rex, may maggots lace his entrails. After he interred me in this cell, he must have drawn my very soul away from me and stored it elsewhere in the fort. Thus he has bound me entirely to the mundane realm. But I know this place well. I could lead you to its likely location. In turn, you would find a path straight out of this fort. My freedom for yours. What say you?
I'm going to accept, I think.
Marvelous, my friend. Marvelous. You'll first have to get inside the fort itself. There's a secret switch on a statue of the Seven in the courtyard. Surely you know it. The switch will open a hatch, and you'll be led into the prison's main floor. I suspect that within Brachus's phylactery room, you will find the container which ensnares my soul. He has likely disguised it well, but search there for another hidden switch. Brachus would have made me a supplicant, a slave to these walls. With your help, I'll die. At last. With dignity.
And hopefully get away from the child. How did you know your soul's kept?
I was fully briefed about this awful place before I came. My goal was to destroy the fiend who had been marshalling the world's most unwholesome weapons and magic into an army he intended to use against the realm. I never thought I would become one of his victims, and yet, here I am.
Is there anything else you can tell me?
Fort Joy is a dangerous place, my friend. Dangerous indeed. Brachus used this place to build an arsenal of terrible weaponry as yet unseen in our world. Here, he and his researchers crafted punishments and snares contrary to human dignity. Objects that could contain souls, wands that could purge the very essence from sorcerers. My order would never have used such barbaric magic against our enemies.
So we've got a couple of journal updates. And we should have a way to actually find a way into the fort. There are multiple ways, well, I say the fort. The fort's the general area. There's like kind of a garrison inside that, so it's the way into the garrison. There are multiple ways in, of course. So if we head back out this way, let's go and take a look at the next item. If you want to get your collar removed, you can get it from this vendor over here. However, she won't really do it for you until you actually, well, prove yourself. And the way to do that is to head down in here. Now, I'm not going to do this just yet because it's very hard and you're going to need more levels. I am level am I? Level 2. You're probably going to want to wait till at least 3, maybe higher, depending on what difficulty mode you're on. So we can head back out, but you do get the XP from actually going in there. And it's just a fight that you have to go against a ranger, I think like a tank with whirlwind, so don't have too many things together. There's a wizard at the back, and then there's a dog. So there is 4 things to actually go up against. Quite a hard fight. Here's one of the ways you can actually sneak in. You can go up this, and you use this ladder to actually get up there once you have the gloves of teleportation. However, if you get spotted up here, the magisters become, well, kind of unfriendly and hostile. So just bear in mind. You do, however, get to use this key, which you find elsewhere in the fort, and that can get you into the rest of this area. You see it in there. That's just one way in. You can, of course, just go straight through the front door. However, one of the things you will actually lose if you get too close to that front door is the cat. I think it gets shot by the archers. So if you want the cat, and you later on have the cat as a familiar that you can summon in battle if you keep hold of it, I'd recommend not going in through the front door. I've shown this one in a previous episode, but just as I'm covering all the miscellaneous quests, you can actually get some XP from Farah. What you actually need to do is go for the option where she lets you see her doll, and some characters cannot do this, so the more charismatic you are, the better, but she won't respond to lizards at all. So she just says that her daughter is terrified of them. Unfortunately, her daughter is already dead.
Please, please, you must help me. No one here will help me. Not one of these bastards. A child is missing. My baby.
What can I do to help?
Oh, bless you, bless you. She's been missing for days now, and not a single soul will help me look for her. Irma's her name. She's about as high as your hip. Black of hair, a quiet child, not prone to wandering off. I'm sick with worry, completely sick. And no one in this damn camp will lift a finger to help me find her.
What do you know about your daughter's disappearance?
I last saw her just here, near 3 days ago. She was playing with her little doll, and I was washing out her tunic. I turned from her for one moment, and she was gone. Left her doll behind too. It's so unlike her.
Can I have a look at the doll?
Yes, of course. Here, you should take it with you. When you find her, give her the doll and tell her, Mummy says this is for her little chicken, and it's time to come home. That's what I call her, my little chicken.
She soaks up a steady stream of tears with her shirt sleeve.
She ought to come with you then. She ought to follow you back to me.
Goodbye for now.
You are an angel. Truly you are.
So that's the quest. I don't think she's going to be alive. I really don't. But we can get going with it. And if you choose any of the other options, you won't get that quest update, the doll and everything else. So just bear in mind and actually get that. One of the other places we're going to go to, it's just down here where we skipped over Fane to start off with, but Fane's through this hidden wall and over here, because over here we've got a chest. Now, while we can't get to the chest just yet, I don't think we can teleport to it. What you can do is just look to the left, and here, very easy to miss. I missed this quite a lot at the start of the game. There's these set of vines. If you crawl up them and avoid the poison, or blow it up or something, you get to the top where you find a little girl crying. Unfortunately, it's not Irma, the little daughter from the town. I don't think it is anyway. Let's have a word with her.
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a basket. You peer behind it and find a small human child holding her knees and trembling.
Place a hand on her head and softly whisper, "Shh."
The child quiets and seems comforted by your presence. She looks up at you with curious eyes.
You look just like a warrior princess I used to know.
A wide grin cracks across the child's face through her tears, showing two big gaps where her front teeth should be. She laughs.
Really? Yeah, Warrior Princess Coral. You're nice. You can have this. I found it outside, but I can't read it yet. That's next year, and then I'll learn it.
The child wipes her eyes and, grinning, plunks herself down on the earthen ground. She starts tracing shapes, hearts, stars, and diamonds into the dirt.
So if you choose some of the other options there, you won't get any XP or anything, but you can still calm the child down. However, we're going to get someone a little bit more unfriendly around here.
Go. Get out. You are not welcome here. Go, man-pig.
Raise your hands and say, "I don't mean any harm."
She eyes you suspiciously.
Please. Please, just go.
She's selling a razzle-dazzle grenade, which might be useful, but 400 gold is a bit much. So this is the entrance down to the beach, or at least another section of the beach. It's sort of hidden away. Definitely explore it, because down here there's a fight with some other creatures. Let's just head down. Oh, of course, at this point early in the game, creatures means XP, and XP is by far the better, the best thing to actually go for. We want levels as soon as possible to stand a chance in the actual inside of the garrison. And because an episode isn't complete without some combat, let's actually go and see what we can do. Let's just change leader, so the tank is at the front. We've got a wizard and two conjurers at the back, summoners. And, well, like the other fight, unfortunately there's lots of puddles here, so we need to use fire, and there's water barrels, and that's going to be a bit more of a problem, but we can give it a go. Will it engage automatically? This character has Pet Pal, but it doesn't seem to want to actually do anything. So, I guess we can just grab the fish first from the fish rack. I don't think there's anything else around. There's probably some secrets after we actually kill them, but until we do, nothing. So, let's set ourselves up, separate our characters out, so we can get things going. Let's say wizard here, one summoner, another summoner, and the tank at the front. And we want to either start off with the tank's flame ability, the Dragon's Blaze, or something with the same kind of effect with our wizard. Let's start with this and avoid the water barrel. Only a little bit of flame, but can we actually use that? Probably not. I mean to go on this side, so let's just move the tank over. And we're going to have to move the other characters in as well. And then we can start an attack. So I'm going to need to initiate it with something. How about this? They're not happy, surprisingly.
They're transforming.
They're transforming. Okay. Not always good, have to be said. So we can start out with an elemental totem, but we need something elemental to actually put it in.
Glory is mine.
That'll do it. And we can bring up the totem, which has been brought up as fire. Oh, and you impaled me. Okay. Not good. I guess we can do some more stuff, however. We can encourage people. Everyone in range, which is everyone. And I can use one of my fireball scrolls to set more burning. And I don't need any other healing at the moment, although I could do his shields up, but I don't have a shield, so... And that's one down. Now we need to use... well, we can put another elemental totem in.
Glory is mine.
And we can drop our Incarnate, which is a summoner. It's a little demon thing. Which, in turn, can be used to do other things, like set other things on fire. And the idea with summoners is just to keep on stacking up totems and Incarnates, which just do damage automatically in the case of the totems. Thankfully that isn't very fast. So what can we actually do? We've got 4 AP and we can do a few different things. What is my range? I guess I can hit that with something. Take 12, or we take it down to 12. I can... Well, not really all that much, and to be honest, I'm not going to need all that much. So, let's just move up a little bit. Can't really set anything else on fire to help, so let's just end turn. We can go and attack. And do we have enough for another one? We do! There goes that turtle, and end turn. Lastly, just because there's never enough totems, we can drop another totem in, and even another Incarnate. So we can drop Fireball, and that's the fight over. Everyone's happy. Nearly leveled, and at the point we hit 3 we start to get more powerful, particularly the summoners. It helps when you actually level up a lot more. The summons get much better. So, did you have anything unique? Mage's gloves and a turtle's claw. That's actually one-hander, and it's better than my two-hander, pretty much. So both of those is good. Let's actually give the turtle's claw to one of our summoners, and I think I want the mage's gloves on my main character. I've got the gloves of teleportation on my other character, the Red Prince. Is there anything else around here, I wonder? Well, there's a bloated corpse, always a good source of loot, with a diary. First night here, doesn't seem like it'd be too bad. Find somewhere quiet to sleep. Brought enough dry bread to last me. When all this blows over, I'll be happy to say I survived it in comfort. A group of dumb brutes shook me down with my bread. We'll have to get smart if I want to eat. Met an old fisherman named Rad. He taught me how to make a net. Rad's gone. Dumb brutes took my net. At least the meanest one got took in the night, getting hungry. I always was a strong swimmer. Waters around here are pretty glassy. Can't be more than a few miles to shore, can it? Ah, such an unfortunate tale.
Swallowed too much seawater by the looks of him.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Foolish to attempt an escape by sea in these waters.
So we're not swimming out of here, put it that way. But there are more crates to actually learn, and we get a hidden book on how to make a twig with a string. And that's locked. Now, do I have any lockpicks? I may not have any on me. Nope, so we do need to make a note to come back here all the way down at the beach to open that chest. And we do have a secret down here as well, just behind this ramp. Well, not a ramp, it's a boat. What's left of one? And a chest with a water balloon, but 100 gold. So, yeah, more gold. Now with Stingtail is the dreamer that the Red Prince was looking for. So, well, if you have Sybil in your party, you may want to make sure she's separate before you actually start speaking to the dreamer. She's going to want to kill
Just as you're about to
Stingtail.
address the lizard, the Red Prince bars you with an outstretched arm.
This man is a dreamer. As you know, I need a word with him. You may wait here while I speak.
You have my permission.
Permission indeed.
He bids the dreamer stand up and pay attention, which he does in a grovelling and awkward manner. The dreamer then chews and swallows a handful of Drudenay leaves before slipping into a trance-like state. He falls asleep. To your surprise, the Red Prince lies down and follows suit. After about half an hour, they wake up and begin to discuss what they saw in their dreams. The Red Prince pinches the bridge of his nose in apparent irritation before turning his back on the jabbering dreamer.
I couldn't help but overhear some of the notes of wisdom you received in your dreams.
You receive a withering glance in response.
A deserved bit of sarcasm, I suppose. But though this Stingtail fellow may be a less than stellar specimen in the firmament of dreamers, the dreams themselves prove to be quite elucidating. Turns out I'm being hunted by an enemy I didn't know actually existed. The myth-shrouded House of Shadows. The dreamers, though, they're on my side. And they've visions of me on the throne.
Is your throne worth the assassins that come with it?
Of course it is. I was born with the promise of an empire, and that promise will be kept. But to keep it, I must find a second dreamer. A greater one. A more experienced traveler of the dream world. Bahara is her name, and she resides in the swamplands east of the fort. So, let us make our escape and venture there post-haste.
I could tell you all about swamp dreamers too if I chewed that much Drudenay.
Yep, he's high as a
do
kite.
Hold your prickly tongue.
So, let's head away from this, and let's bring Sybil back into the party. And in fact, let's do the other part of the quest. So we're just going to separate the Red Prince for no other reason than a roleplay kind of things. We're not going to get any attitude change without him. But let's head back and see what Sybil has to say to the dreamer.
As you're about to approach the lizard, Sybil cups your chin between thumb and index finger, then guides your eyes to hers.
Listen, I need to have a chat with this here morsel of flesh. He has wronged me once, but may just do right by me this time.
I don't see why not. Go ahead and have a chat.
To your surprise, Sybil proceeds to throttle the unsuspecting lizard with one hand as she drives the tip of her needle into his lower belly with the other. Then the questions commence. You hear him yelp about the master, lone wolves, and a man called Griff. Then, quite suddenly, there's blood everywhere as Stingtail falls to the ground, face first into his own intestines. Sybil heaves a sigh of satisfaction, and as she wipes her needle clean, shoots you a cursory look.
Chat's over. So, that seemed just a tad excessive.
Yeah, just
What
a
you
little bit.
witnessed was an exercise in restraint. And jolly good fun to boot. Something on your mind?
Why did you just brutally kill Stingtail?
It's simple. He scarred me, so I scarred him. Extensively.
She defies you with devilishly innocent eyes.
Can you blame me?
Oh yeah, I'm sure if someone scarred me, I might have brutally killed them.
There it is. I was wondering when your spying would make an appearance. Anyway, what's dead is done, so let's move on, shall we? Despite my high hopes, this scar disfigures me still.
Okay, what's next?
The search for the master continues, of course. Hungry work, the hunt. And you know what? I'm feeling a bit peckish. Stingtail mentioned a cook, as it happens. Fellow named Griff. 2 birds, 1 stone. How about it?
She's a psychopath. However, we can actually now loot things. This is far from the only way to solve this particular thing. You're going to have some other options as well. In town, you have a guy called Griff. He's the camp boss. You can turn in Stingtail, and then he will get killed. You can split your party and have a few people down here, go and turn him in, flip over to this part of your party and leave 1 character up there, and then try and kill the assassins that come down after him. That'll get you more XP, certainly than what I just did. But for my playthrough, I just want to actually advance the quests of my companions where possible. And of course we did get an unusually large orange. It's basically stuffed full of drugs, and Losa is not having a good time there. Okay. And of course now that Stingtail is dead, we can loot all of this stuff around here, which previously was steel. Okay, and hopefully the Red Prince is not going to know any different. He's fine. Nothing's happened to your buddy Dreamer. Next. Now we've got Griff himself, and we have a few issues with that. You can just turn in the quest itself to basically tell him where the oranges are or who the thief was. Of course, the thief is dead now. That's one way to solve this. The only other way I know of is that you need to take care of, well, there's 2 ways. One is if you let him fight you, all of his friends will come in. So Waltz, Needle, Hilda, maybe Hilda, certainly Butter, and Nusi. So you're going to want to take them out by coming all the way out here, and then taking them on one by one by just attacking them if you're going to go with that approach. Alternately, if you do actually go through the dialogue and choose that option, they're all going to go aggro at once. So your choice entirely. I'm going to go through this playthrough.
Sabine gently places a hand on the small of your bag. Her mouth reaches your ear with a whisper.
Let me have a word with the gentleman, would you? I've a little clue to follow up on.
Oh, feel free. I'm not sure whether I actually... The last time you had a word, we had some problems.
Come now. No such thing need happen here, provided this man can be reasoned with.
Okay, discreetly.
Sabine steps forward and asks Griff the cook about the lone wolves. A dead little birdie told her he's the man to talk to. A little back and forth ensues. Money crosses hands, and before you know it, Sabine stands back beside you, all smiles.
Thank you. We should make good on our escape, you know. I have to see a man about a wolf in the hollow marshes.
Frankly, I expected a bloodbath.
Did I disappoint you? Oh, but don't worry. I might just have to push the next fella a little further. Zalaskar's his name. A name for the taking, if it comes to that.
Now, if you hadn't actually done Sybil's quest, you would talk to Griff and just go into the imprisoned elf storyline, which of course we can start.
Griff glances from his blade to you and back again.
Here are the oranges.
Griff tears into one of the oranges with both hands. Juice squirts through his hands as he desperately rips through the rind.
Someone's not addicted.
Looks like everything's accounted for. Now the important question. Who's the thief?
It was the lizard Stingtail, but he's dead now.
He raises an eyebrow.
How we level up.
Looks like someone did my job for me. Your guy's free to go. He should be fine. Eventually.
So we can now speak to Amiro, which links us back to the quest in the cavern.
Please. I will not survive forever here. Neither will she. It is done. And quickly. I thank you. Very, very much. I hold my end of the bargain. I show you the way out. But I have something more to ask of you.
What do you mean?
Sahela. She is everything. A ruler, a seer, a knower, a child. She cannot be lost here.
What do you have in mind?
It is for all our people, for the world. Give me your map. I show you the way out. A secret, dangerous, but it leads to freedom. I give you this amulet. You must pass it to the elves who still remain. Tell them Sahela is here. They will send help. Please. She is important. I go to her. I wish you good luck, and I thank you for us all.
Okay, so we now have a place on the map where we can get a way out. So we have quite a few places on the map. So Zalaskar, the alcove, that's where we use the gloves of teleportation. You can get out that way. Crocodiles, which we already went to. And the entrance to the underground, I think we discovered anyway. I'm not sure if that's what I don't see any other thing that he actually put on the map. But that's the other way down. So if we head over there, it's going to be down here. Yeah, we probably haven't discovered it. So let's head over that way. Now, this guy is called Migo. You spoke to his, well, someone who knows him back up on the battlements near the main entrance, up above the main entrance. And if you have a yarrow flower, you'll have an option to be able to avoid a fight if you speak to him. Otherwise, you really won't, and you'll have to fight him. So if you want to avoid that fight, get the yarrow flower. I'm not sure if we actually have it. Let's just see. I did a couple of playthroughs of this, so can we actually search? No, I guess not. Whisperwood, I don't think I've picked it up yet, so we're not going to do that this episode. I'll probably do it next. However, here you'll find an entrance. With 500 XP. Now, if you head through here, you're going to again encounter another fight. You can kind of avoid it as you make your way down until you get to about here, in which case the fight will kick into high gear. So you don't have to do this right now. I'll certainly leave it for another time because we're just out of time for this episode, I think. I'm going to try and keep them to half an hour. So we're just going to collect the XP and finish off by doing a bit of leveling, shall we? So let's see what we actually want to do. I'm not too sure what I want with stats yet for a wizard. I need to do some research on that one. But certainly with the summoners, we can just quickly choose summoning. No need for any other option. Same thing there. And here we have a few options. All skilled up is actually worthwhile for a summoner, certainly. And the same thing for this one. So we're going to then be able to take another point in summoning, which is pretty important. Sabiel's going to be our lore master, so I guess we can increase lore mastery. However, what have we got? She's also going to be our thief. So I guess I should... Yeah, we've got +1 thievery from the gloves. We can just take another point in thievery. We don't need higher lore master just yet. Again, not too much of a problem with this one. Bartering, we can... Well, we can make her our seller of goods, if you like. I get a choice here. And I could go all skilled up, or far right man, which extends my abilities. If I was going just 2 characters, I would choose Lone Wolf. That helps you quite substantially. I'm going to leave that choice. I'm going to do some more research. Wizards, I don't quite know as well. And our tanky character, well, why not just take more strength or constitution? There's no real reason not to. 1 in each. And then we did a choice on what side we do here. Warfare skills, so increases all physical damage you deal. Good. And then maybe what weapons we have. So for the moment, I'm just going to take another warfare point. And all skilled up. Or executioner maybe. No, all skilled up. And we'll take more stuff in here. Not too worried what he actually does. Maybe Lucky Charm and we have him as our looter. And then we get another point in here. Might be worth Hydrosophist, so I think I'm going to leave off on that. That'll let him be able to heal quite effectively. So, I think I'll leave that for this episode. We've got 1,000 gold now. And we have some characters that can steal and that can barter. So we can sell some of this stuff to get even more gold. And possibly take more stuff to sell for even more gold. We'll leave that till the next episode, where we'll just continue getting through all the quests, just in this format that we've done in this episode. Just lots of short, intermittent sections where we just cover the quests only rather than exploration. Hopefully that gets us through things a little bit faster and helps you with learning for your game. Thanks for watching. Feel free to thumbs up if you like it, or subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to support the channel on the YouTube gaming side of things, you can change over to that and choose subscribe. If you want to do a paid subscription, you can do. It's a new feature. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time.